We have a problem, and it's a big problem. And unlike most problems in my life, this one actually has a name to it, and it goes by Hydra. And no, I don't mean Hydra from the Marvel Universe, I mean Hydra like the freshwater polyp, or scientifically known as Hydra vulgaris. And after learning about how horrible it can be, you might actually prefer Hydra from the Marvel movies. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video so you can find out more about them and also how we have to destroy them, and kind of how they took over my biggest aquarium. Oh, also, if you feel like supporting the channel and you want to help out in the fish room with my tortoise, my leopard gecko, my other aquariums, check out my Patreon down below. You'll get exclusive content as well as early access to different content and different videos on this channel as well as my vlog channel. So check it out, links will be down below. Okay, so our problem's name is Hydra. So what does that even mean? Hydra is a freshwater polyp that can literally live forever. It can also regenerate different parts of their body if they're damaged or cut off, and it can reproduce asexually as well as sexually. Now you're probably wondering, that's actually kind of cool. And some of those traits you kind of would want to have. Like, I mean, I wouldn't mind having my arm cut off and it being able to like regrow completely using stem cells, but unfortunately humans cannot currently do that. Maybe one day. But the problem comes when you take a closer look at them. This footage was filmed in my 60-gallon aquarium, and as you can see, the Hydra has a unique body shape. Its body has multiple parts. One of the parts connects to the side of your aquarium, the rest is the stalk, and then the other part of it is the tentacles. Now those tentacles can actually sting and kill shrimp, snails, and even fish. Mainly baby fish or smaller fish, but still, they sting them and they can eat them. And another downside to them being in your aquarium is that they reproduce incredibly fast. You can start with one and they can reproduce asexually and take over your entire aquarium and create a massive colony. I never actually noticed them in my aquariums until I started to see some of my shrimp die. And shrimp are a very sensitive invertebrate, and they can die by different metal levels, and they're really sensitive to ammonia spikes. And I didn't know if there was an infection or anything, so I decided just to do a water change and be safe, and I thought that would have solved the problem. But it didn't. About 2 weeks after that, I started to notice tiny little green things on the side of my aquarium, and I believed it to be like an algae outbreak, possibly green hair algae, so I was just going to keep an eye on it, possibly reduce the light cycles, and maybe put a pleco or two in there, or some nearite snails. And then a week after that, I saw this. Yeah, that's kind of rough. They basically completely took over my 60-gallon aquarium and spread out on both sides of the aquarium, and they look horrible. Here is some microscopic footage of them. They sway in the water, but at any time animals get close, they actually can change direction and try to sting the animal. I've noticed this to happen a lot with my snails too. Now this is actually a cool yet sad shot. Mystery snails tend to be a little bit bigger so they have more surface area, and the mystery snail was actually climbing on the side of the aquarium, and it basically went directly into a minefield of Hydra. Now each time the Hydra actually stings it, you can actually see the snail slightly move in the direction, and you can kind of see it change colors a little bit, so it's just showing that the snail is in pain and it is actually stinging it. And the sad thing about the snail is it's a slow mover and it doesn't exactly know what's going on, so it'll continue on that path, and actually I've noticed that the snail just falls off once it can't take the pain anymore. And it was very sad. And after that I realized that this is a very big problem. After that, I did hours of research on how to get rid of these evil little devil creatures. I actually found out that mollies and some other fish can actually eat them off the aquarium, but I had too many and that wasn't a viable option. So I had to step it up and take it to the next level. And it turns out that this stuff saved my aquarium. This is actually dewormer meant for dogs, but it contains certain ingredients that will actually kill them. And after I measured and dosed it properly in my aquariums, it didn't kill any of my shrimp or snails, which was really great. Immediately after adding it to my aquariums, it started to take effect on these polyps. I noticed that they started to get like a little smaller and condense their body size. They're trying to protect themselves and move a little bit back. And they started to die, and I realized that we have finally won. Also at this time, I noticed that there was another little smaller group in my 20 gallons, so it actually got into a second aquarium, and I believe this happened due to cross-contamination. So if I moved some plants from the other tank to the other one, it possibly could have been on there, and that's just how it spread. Also, a day or two after that, I decided to do a less dose, like a lot lower, but I decided to add some more to the aquarium just as a thing to make sure that they were dead, because they don't just live on the side of the aquarium, they can actually live on the substrate, on rocks, on wood, and other things, so you really want to make sure that you got rid of it. And now you may be wondering, James, how did you get this in your aquarium? You take such good care of your fish tanks. Well, it turns out my friend that I also got into keeping aquariums, he actually had the same problem. And we narrowed it down to a local pet store that we both got plants from. We didn't share anything between our aquariums, but we did get the same plants from the same pet store. So we believe that the hydra is in the pet store's water or in their aquariums, and there might have been a polyp or two on our plants, and once we added it in, we just had exponential growth. I actually have this little packet that I need to drop off at his house sometime, so he can take care of it, because it's kind of bad. Even if you try scraping it off your aquarium or sucking it all out, they can still be in there and continue to spread. And we do have to tell the pet store that they did have this problem, because I don't know if they even know that they have this problem, but hopefully we'll be able to give them some advice and tell them that they need to make sure that they deworm all their aquariums. Now, the thing that this actually made me realize is that there's so much more to the aquarium hobby that I don't even know. After years of keeping them, there's still things that I'm learning, and it kind of makes me scared, because like, what if there's a horrible infectious thing? The only thing that I've had to deal with was ick, which is an infection in your fish, but gladly I got rid of it. So yeah, this was kind of scary, but hopefully there's not a lot of other things in my way, because that could be bad. Honestly, at first, what I thought I was going to have to end up doing was draining the aquarium, removing the fish, the shrimp, some of the plants, and just letting it dry out to kill all the polyps. But gladly, I did not have to do that. I also decided to raise my temperature in my aquariums just so they could die out even faster. And of course, it is important to do your research on all these things, so a huge shout out to anyone on the aquarium forums or anyone that made videos on this, because they helped me kill this beast. Now, before we keep going with this video, a quick shout out to my own branded fertilizer. These are root tabs for your aquarium, so if you actually have stem plants or other plants that need vital nutrients or need help growing, check out my root tabs down below from wildpetsupply.com. Using the link down below, there will already be an applied discount, so check it out. I've actually started to notice some really good benefits with it in my 60 gallons, so that's really nice. Check it out down below. So yeah, gladly my aquariums had cleared up, and again, I did do that second dose just to make sure, and hopefully I don't see any more. And I did add it to my other 10 gallons too. I did not add it to my 90 gallon just because I know there is no cross-contamination, because I don't really use any of the tools that I use in anything else in my 90. But yeah, I did add a little bit of the dewormer to my 10 gallons just to make sure that there is no hydra in there. Gladly, it did not affect my shrimp or snails, which is good. So yeah, and the 60 gallon has completely cleared up. A day after, the polyps were a little bit there, like little green spots, but now they're not even on the water. I don't know if snails have decided to eat their dead bodies, or if something else decided to eat their dead bodies. And just as an extra measure, I might plan on buying some mollies for my 60 gallon aquarium, just in case if there is any bloom or any possibility that I get more of them, they'll be able to eat them before they grow exponentially and take over the aquarium again, because it was a very scary sight and I don't want to lose tons of shrimp again. I went from a very good column of multiple different types and different colors of Neocardinia species shrimp to a very small and select colony of shrimp. So hopefully they'll be able to repopulate now that the enemy is gone. Hit the like button as well as the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys are staying safe and staying home, and if I have to keep making these videos to entertain you so you don't go out, I guess I'll have to keep doing it. Make sure you stay tuned to the next video on Wednesday. We've been posting, or wait, no, I think this is Wednesday. This video is coming out Wednesday. Make sure you stay tuned to the video on Friday. But yeah, we're posting 3 times a week, so if you missed the one on Monday, check it out. I'm also planning on doing some more live streams, because live streams are very, very fun, and it's nice because we can talk about topics for a little bit longer, because these videos alone take multiple hours to make, because I have to do research, I have to make sure everything I'm saying is right, then we have to set up the cameras, film, edit, and I'm doing it all myself. So yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but live streams, we can do a 40-50 minute live stream, and we can communicate live, which I really, really like. And again, if you want to support the channel and get access to all these videos early, check out my Patreon, links will be down below. Or if you also want to pick up some stuff for your aquariums or your pets, check out wildpetsupply.com. That also supports me and the fish room. Thank you for watching. Again, stay safe, stay home, wash your hands, and look forward to some next videos. Hey, so I just started to end the video, and it actually ends at like 8 minutes, but the thing is, YouTube really likes when videos are longer, and if you haven't noticed, the video views have been kind of going down. And that's for a couple reasons, so I'm just going to entertain you for like 2 minutes. If you wouldn't mind sticking around, that would be awesome. It'll help the YouTube algorithm, and it might get more people to watch my videos, and I might be able to make a job out of this, and I might be able to pay off my college debt. That would be kind of dope. So stick around for a little bit longer and I'll show you my aquariums and my tortoise. So it's a 10-minute video. I mean, it's not like I'm like money hungry, but like when I get like $2 a video, it kind of sucks. Alright, so my 90 gallon, you guys know what this looks like. My 10 gallons, and then this is the aquarium that has been infected. But gladly, as you can see from the previous shots, all the hydra is currently gone and it is starting to clear up. I do actually need to clean all my filters. I'm planning on doing that maybe next week, but I have to clean that one. I might also opt to clean out my filter, my hang-on back, and I also do have to clean out the filter down there for my 90 gallon. That has been long overdue. And that's the one downside with canister filters. Even though they're nice, that they're all a condensed system, and it's cool that it can have such a big and large intake as well as output, but it just kind of sucks that you have to clean it so much. And now let's show the tortoise. I've yet to name her. Where is she? What if she escaped? She's probably in her hide. But I don't want to get her. I'm about to turn off all the lights. But I also did actually, some people recommended me to change the soil, and I added some dirt to it and some sand, just so it's a little thicker. Sometimes she buries herself. So fun story before I let you go. The first night that I actually got my tortoise, I was looking around in her enclosure at night, and I couldn't see her. And for a second I thought she escaped, even though she's a little tiny baby. I thought she could have escaped and, I don't know, crawled away. But the thing is, I looked everywhere, and then there's a little bit of a lump in the substrate, and I actually started moving around and stuff, and I found out that she was living under there for a little bit. I don't know why she did, but I guess it was just a nice little spot for her. So that was kind of really scary. This camera's so heavy. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, thank you for sticking around, getting this video to 10 minutes. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.